But during this process, when we were talking with them, we were getting so much information from those users. Insights, perspective on the trends, actually real case use cases that we could kind of optimize for, and so on and so forth. Sorry. Thanks to all of that, we've been building trust with hundreds of people every month. And if you consider the compounding effect of it, you are talking about thousands of people every year. And we still do it today. Entire organization talks with users, whether it's product people, obviously, marketing department, or of course, support and sales. We all talk with people. Even our CEO talks with users and tries to help them. So you can ask yourself in this moment, who on your team talks to users weekly? Because if the answer is salespeople, CSM, you're missing the best growth opportunity. Another thing, affiliates as an early growth engine. So over the years, we worked with 1,000 affiliates from various of different industries. And amazing part about it was that it's not like we were running some outreach campaigns to find those affiliates, but we actually started turning power users into ambassadors or affiliates. This is how it all started, right? If someone was educated enough, maybe that's not the best word, but kind of inspired enough to do something with Surfer that was successful and was working, why not to share that story with their audience, right? More people could benefit from it. And I think that our industry, marketing, SEOs, are pretty open people, and they like to share knowledge. So this is exactly what happened. We were helping them. They kind of fell in love with our application. Then they started teaching other people and trying to inspire them to do exactly the same thing. During this process, we were, trying to be generous, and we offered them lifetime commissions for every new customer that they brought to us. However, we made it very clear at the very beginning of our affiliate program that it's impossible for affiliates to bid on brand terms, as well as as well as run ad campaigns that are targeting our homepage directly, on any URL on our website directly, but they are just kind of injecting the cookie. Why? Because we were profitable enough to invest our own money into ads, and we really wanted to kind of push our affiliates and ambassadors to do things that will be working in the longer run. One example here is that those affiliates who had to create some sort of content in order to get Surfer in front of their audience published lots of amazing articles out there. And this created thousands of backlinks to our domain that helped us then outrank competitors like Ahrefs or SEMrush for some of the keywords. But on top of that, this is extremely helpful these days when it comes to LLMs. That's might be a short anecdote, but if you care about ranking higher in LLMs, you have basically two paths to achieve that. The best would be to combine them both. First is rank high in Google or Bing search already. And the second is increase number of mentions of your brand across the data set that the LLM will be then kind of trained on, right? So in our case, those are articles about best content optimization tools or best SEO tools. And because we worked with over 1,000 affiliates during the last 5 years, we have, roughly speaking, over 1,000 articles somewhere where they are mentioning our brand, our product. And there's one lesson, because I know that this industry is, evolving very fast. And in general, if something is working, then bigger players comes in and outspend everyone. But I do believe that if you can't outspend, you can definitely outpartner those competitors. And you don't need 1,000 affiliates to do the work. You can have 10 great affiliates that you will build amazing relationship with, and you will see great uplift anyway. another thing, giving much more than you would ever ask your customers to do for you. So we had this approach from the very beginning as well, that we believed that we are getting so much from the industry. You know, we founded Surfer in 2018. There's Kazik, one of the co-founders back there, with other 3 colleagues. And we're coming from, you know, very regular, normal Polish families. And we just couldn't believe how much our life has changed thanks to Surfer. You know, that's obviously money, everything, status, everything. We just couldn't believe how much we are getting from the community. So we always had this idea that we want to give it back, right? And when let's say, opportunity came in 2019, very popular Google Chrome extension called Keywords Everywhere announced that they are no longer a free Chrome extension, but instead they are going to charge users $2 a month. People were mad. You know, they kind of get familiar with using such extension for free. Now they're about to start paying something. I think that the money wasn't an issue alone, but just the fact that they did it the wrong way. The communication was broken, and also they were having some issues with security of those payments. It doesn't matter. The reaction from the market was people were mad. And we knew that we have the same data in place, right? So why not to build very similar extension and give it to all of those people for free? So what we did, we bought on-premise server for like $3,000 a month. We put together all the data that we had there. Lucian Kazik started programming this extension. In 1 week, we actually delivered it. And people started downloading it and installing it like crazy, really. Over 20,000 installations in the first week. That was absolutely huge. And keep in mind that even though currently, you know, you might not have situation like we did back in the days, there are definitely some free tools, some solutions that your audience might benefit from. So I encourage you to try thinking out of the box, maybe integrating with something. Maybe you can build a plugin to ChatGPT that will do a very specific job for your audience. There are plenty of different ideas. What happened with Keyword Surfer? Currently 600,000 active users every week, and they all see Surfer's logo in front of them when they are searching something in Google. And who is searching something in Google with intention to know exact search volumes? SEOs, our target audience. So this is still one of the levers that we have. On top of that, we shared SEO data. Recent example, we ran 1 million SERPs, search engine result pages data study to improve our core metric called content score. There's so many data that we actually get. Why to keep it for ourselves? We are not afraid of our competitors getting this data and improving their product, because we know that if they will when they will start doing this, we'll be already working on something else, and eventually they will come to this same conclusion anyway. So why not to offer this kind of head start to our audience and share the data with them? Of course, on top of that, tactics, courses, templates, all free, all day long, up to this moment. And we, as I've said before, we are helping people with all of the free materials, but also on one-on-one meetings, even if they are outside of our target segment, even if they are not ready to buy our product yet. If you can reach me on this conference and just talk about SEO. I can offer you this consultation absolutely for free just to help your business. Maybe we'll come to the conclusion that you absolutely shouldn't be investing in SEO. That's fine with me. I think that our entire organization is based on this assumption that we at some point get such support from other people, and we just want to give it back. We surprised people with generosity, even for simple asks. There's another example of so-called growth tactic. So our platform is based on credit system. So whenever someone wants to write new article or optimize existing one, they need to consume 1 credit, so-called content editor credit. And now it's a little bit cheaper for us because of the scale. But back in the days, those limits were much lower than they currently are. So people didn't want to upgrade to higher plan that cost, let's say, 2 times more. They were on $50 plan. They didn't want to upgrade to a $100 plan just to finish their job this month because they ran out of the credits. Or, they are not ready to upgrade to that plan because they don't need twice as many credits. So what we did, instead of pushing them or making them wait, so we actually made their life, let's say, worse. Instead, we came up with an idea that we'll release so-called credits giveaway, where we'll be paying those people, we'll be giving those people credits for doing something for us. And those were very simple asks, like join our Facebook group, leave a feedback about something, or leave a review on G2 or Capterra on Trustpilot. And for those tasks that took a little bit more effort, like writing a review, we're offering 3 credits. Can you guess how many reviews did we get in the first year after we released that? Some wild guess? 500? That's a good answer, yeah. Over 1,000. So again, when we talk about LLMs and them trying to find good information in the web, they are scraping G2, they are scraping Trustpilot, they are scraping Capterra. And they see that Surfer gets 500 reviews on each of those platforms with some positive feedback about the product. And of course, we didn't add credits only to people who mentioned something good about us. It was not connected. And remember, this is just, I think, good reminder for all of us that we all are frontliners of our brands, right? So the way we behave on that kind of conferences, when we interact with people on LinkedIn, or when we discuss stuff with team internally, this is how the company will be perceived later on. So if you are kind of angry at people, you don't want to talk with anyone outside of your target market, or you want to pitch your product all day long, this is how the company will be perceived. And I believe in longer run, this is not gonna work. Create helpful, high-quality content and distribute it. So, format is absolutely secondary. Whether it's blog post, YouTube video, that really doesn't matter as long as it's working for you. But the things that matter is if this content is high quality, is helpful, is solving real problems, and if it doesn't feel like, they are trying to sell me something, if it's honest. And again, distribution is king, so there are a couple of tactics that you can implement to your marketing strategy when it comes to content distribution. First of all, repurposing. Pretty obvious. If you created amazing blog post based on some unique data, why not to repurpose it into LinkedIn posts, into YouTube video, into plenty of different other formats. And secondly, if you are getting remarketing data to your Meta Pixel or Google tag through Google Ads, you definitely should be using that audience to retarget them with helpful content that you just created. This is 50% of our ad spend alone on retargeting people with content that even is not, pitching the product. It's just a material about something. For example, overview of industry trends, where we are not mentioning Surfer sometimes. But they are reading that on our blog, and they are seeing our logo, so the connection is being made. For example, when it comes to our remarketing campaign specifics, when someone is visiting our pricing page, instead of targeting them with ads about our product or some salvage discounts or whatever, we are rather focusing on inviting them to a webinar or giving them access to one of our free courses and so on and so forth. Content works when it's helpful and very consistent, and again, when it's being distributed well. We've built loyalty and not just awareness. And there are, again, couple of tactics. When we saw very active users or people who were just, active and actively saying some good things about Surfer on social media platforms, we wanted always to reward them with something, whether it would be, just an interaction or a call where we could help them, or it would be a physical thing like Surfer Swag. We'd always do that. And over the years, we sent hundreds of hoodies, thousands of t-shirts, thousands of stickers and so on and so forth. And the compounding effect of it is absolutely amazing, because those people who got that stayed with us longer. And we kind of, I should have prepared the data, but we checked some time ago how many people who got swag stayed longer. And it was like extra 3 months or something. So at the large scale, come on guys, it's absolutely a big win. So when it comes to case studies, for example, it's probably one of the levers and drivers for your businesses as well. Instead of focusing on tool, we always wanted to focus on highlighting our users' wins. We wanted to make sure that they are being recognized by the industry about doing something the right way. They had a success, they were driving more organic traffic, they used variety of different tools. In our industry, it's never just one tool that's helpful, right? So instead of saying, yeah, everything was made or by Surfer, come on, this is not honest. It's the team that uses those tools and the team that delivered it. So we always wanted to highlight them. We created a culture of advocacy through recognition externally, as I was saying, but also internally. Whenever someone is doing something exceptional in the organization, but screw that, not only exceptional, but just helpful, important, we always recognize that, and we have internal channel called Cheers, highly recommended. You can cheer on people for doing something every week, and over time you create this kind of advocacy. The same applies to company-wide meetings, offsites, company-wide calls. You should pick at least one person from the organization who did something in the last quarter that really stand out and highlight them. Loyalty happens when people feel seen, appreciated, and part of your journey. So let's make them feel that way. Couple of biggest lessons learned down the road. Trust is much more important than brand awareness, and it's compounding. We talk to users every week up to this very moment, and on top across entire organization. Free value is a huge and compounding asset. So again, if you can think of creating something that your audience might benefit from, why not to make it free and easily accessible to everyone, at least for some time. One example, companies like ours create courses, online courses. Not every course should be free forever. Sometimes it's even better when the course is paid because of the perception and variety of different factors. But you can make it free for at least a couple of weeks or months, so people who can't afford it will benefit from the material you prepared, and who knows, maybe they will refer a colleague who will later be able to pay for it. Loyalty is earned, not given, and try to always make your audience win. There are 3 things that I want to leave you with that you can basically do tomorrow. You can start having 5 conversations with users every week. Maybe not you specifically, but if you can, that's awesome. But your organization definitely. Just think about it. If you have 20 people, you can do it like 5 people every week, and then it's only 1 person every month for 1 person. You can find 5 potential partners with so-called audience overlap, and you can pitch them with an idea of doing something together. Whether it's a popular influencer on LinkedIn and maybe your user, or it's an affiliate or just a power user who is using your application a lot, and you can pitch them with an idea of doing case study together. And again, making them look highlighted and felt recognized. And you can sketch 1 free tool or resource your audience would actually share. I was mentioning ChatGPT plugins. Depending on your industry, it can be a free Chrome extension, it can be a free tool available through Google search, it can be a course or YouTube video or whatever, really. We can brainstorm those ideas later on if you want. So thank you.
Thank you, Tom. We unfortunately don't have time for additional questions. I'm very sorry. Yeah, but you can definitely catch up with Tom. He's very approachable, as you can see, and very knowledgeable. So use the opportunity to connect with Tom. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you.